Retail Training 1.2, Part 8. Create corners, trim away, split line, bend, and scale. We're going to discuss these icons right here. First, however, I must create a few objects. I'm first going to create a T. It doesn't have to be perfect. I just need two rectangles, rectangles crossing each other. Next, I'm going to create a T using the line. I'm going to press escape to get out of that. Left click on the starting point, left click to end, and press escape. So we've created our T. Next, I'm going to create an X, but a high X, like a TP. So I want the two lines to intersect each other. Next, I'm going to create a cone-like shape, but I'm not going to complete it. I'm going to have it just short from connecting one another. Escape. And my last design is just a straight line across. Now, we're going to first start off with creating corner. If you select on this icon, we're going to create a corner. We're going to select on the first line, left click, and then when I hover over the second line, I'll create a corner. I'll cut the excess off. So if I left click on my line, I'll get rid of the rest. So if I select on this one, left click on it, I'll now delete the rest. Now, I can left click on my one point, and then left click on my second curve, and it'll extend the line, so it joins into one curve. Below that, we have trim away. If I select on trim away, I can trim away any intersecting lines. Any of these green lines I can delete. If I hover over and it turns green, if I left click on it, it will delete it. So now we have one solid T. Below that, we have split line. We can split a line either by a point or with another curve. So I can left click on the line that I want cut, and then the icon changes on the mouse and becomes a saw. So if I left click on this curve, it'll now cut my line from that curve. Next, I can cut my curve if I left click on this from the mid, the triangle, and now it's split into two. I want to make sure my snap to grid is off. I can even cut from a point. By hovering over the line, I now have a point. So after left clicking and selecting on the line that I want to cut, I can left click on a certain point and cut it from there. And that is how to do split line. Next is bend. We can select on my line. I'm going to select on the center of my line and pull it up. Bend is similar to arc. I can bend my curve just like I can bend an arc. Below that, we have scale. If I select on scale, I can either select the line or double click on the line to select the entire all 8 curves. Now, I can adjust my design and scale it and pull it in and out in different shapes. And it scales from that center point, as you can see. Above that, we have fixed aspect ratio. By selecting on that, it will not alter the shape of the design. It will just scale it in both directions, or in all 4 directions. So the design stays the same. If I turn that off, I can move my scaling point to the right. By doing that, I can now scale it from that point. So if I pull it in, the object gets scaled to that point. I can grab the point and drag it down to the bottom right corner. Now everything will get scaled to that point. We also have reorient the box. By selecting on this, you can reorient the box without altering the design. Once you alter your orient box, you can turn it off, and now you can alter your design accordingly.